Staring at a blank page can be daunting, but there is writing process you can apply to help ease that feeling and get you working. That is, academic writing is a process you can learn that basically goes from pre-writing to writing to revising. Let's break these 3 steps down from ideating the concept and pre-drafting or brainstorming, to drafting a rough paper, to constructing and polishing the final draft. First, understand your assignment thoroughly. This begins with reviewing the instructions for the assignment and ensuring you get any questions you have about it answered up front. Look for key details like word count, paper type or genre, format, citation style, and purpose. The following will guide your entire writing journey. To begin, choose a topic that intrigues you. It should be relevant to your paper's genre and course. Narrow it down and ask guiding questions for research. Use a clear declaration thesis for an informative essay, a personalized claim for a reflective essay, an objective argumentative declaration for an argument or thesis paper, and a compare/contrast or analytical thesis for a literary or philosophical analysis paper. One way to arrive at a strong thesis is to ask a question. For example, how does climate change affect coastal communities? This question might lead you to a thesis declaration without the map part of just climate change has a negative impact to coastal communities. Then, you'd add your conjunction and map to expand the concept. Now, it's time to research. In fact, it can be helpful to conduct preliminary research during the pre-writing phase because it might help you narrow down your topic or determine which side of the position on which you truly stand. Use only credible sources like academic journals and government websites. Do not use biased sources like Wikipedia or personal blog sites, and avoid using generalized sources like dictionaries or encyclopedias because these are too broad and not scholarly in focus. Taking notes and tracking sources is crucial for referencing. I use a method of color-coded sticky notes where all quotations from one web source are perhaps on pink notes and the in-text citation is on the note with the quote. Then, I do the same for a paraphrase from an ebook, noting the in-text citation too. I also prepare at least the first part of my source entry in the bibliography section of my paper as I include each in-text citation to make 100% sure I do not forget to include them. Develop a strong thesis statement and thesis map to both declare your paper's purpose and help the reader know how to navigate the ideas in your paper. The thesis is the central argument your paper will defend. Most of the time, a thesis will be argumentative. Even a reflection paper has you arguing that you have evolved from one position to another over time, and an analytical paper is an argument that your analysis is arguably sound and firm. A clear thesis is essential for a coherent paper structure, so take special care to construct that statement and map. One strategy many find helpful is creating an outline. Outlines can be mind maps, diagrams, bullet lists, Roman numeral organized documents, or really anything that might help you organize your ideas. Each paragraph after the first paragraph should focus on one main idea that is derived from the map of your thesis and always supports your thesis claim. Use evidence from expert-level resources to support your claims and ensure smooth transitions between ideas. Always follow up a citation to evidence with an explanation as to how and why that citation relates to your central claim or argument. Now, write your first draft. Don't get hung up or stuck. If you are worried, set a timer for 20 minutes and write until the timer goes off. Just write. Insert your quotations and paraphrases using your sticky notes as you go to track your use of each resource, and document it for your bibliography as you go. The key, though, is to write without hesitation. Don't strive for perfection, just get your ideas down. This is the second phase of the writing process called drafting. The final phase is when we polish and revise. Right now, though, your goal is just to get something on paper or screen. Use your outline and thesis map as a roadmap for your writing. You should write out each idea that supports your central point or thesis statement in the same order you listed in your map or outline. Keep to the map as this helps convey a logical sequence to your reader. Once your draft is complete, take a break. Really. Make sure you have enough time before the final draft is due that you can take a day or two off because it's important. Did you know you can actually miss critical mistakes if you try to revise too soon after drafting? It has to do with recency. If you wrote it not long ago and made the error then your mind might not recognize the error yet. You need time to process so errors become clearer to you. Then, after some time has passed, revise for clarity and structure. Make sure every paragraph has a transition, and every use of evidence has an explanation that clarifies the thesis statement of purpose. If you truly don't have time to take a break first, you can read your paper back to front to find errors that way. By looking at your paper with the last paragraph as the first, you stand a better chance of identifying errors you might miss while you're in the writing zone otherwise. Ensure your argument flows logically and is well supported. Check every resource for accuracy. Are you sure you are using the sources correctly and with integrity? Check that every source is cited both in text and in your bibliography. Now it's time to edit and proofread. I've already mentioned you will have a better experience if you take time before reviewing or if you read back to front. Check for grammar, punctuation, and formatting errors. Some word processing tools offer suggestions for grammar, but they're not always trustworthy. It's best to read your work carefully and review a grammar guide if needed. I'm a fan of Eats, Shoots, and Leaves, where you can check out a free copy of Stunk and White's Elements of Style with an Internet Archive library card. Reading your paper out loud can help catch mistakes, as well. If you pace while you read, pay attention to where you turn or pause in your step. That might mean there's a paragraph break. Our brains and bodies are machines trained to work together. Finally, submit your polished paper with confidence. In this final phase of revision, it's also okay to ask for support from peers or tutors before you finish the polished version. Once ready, though, submit with a smile. You've done the work. You're ready. You followed a thorough process to enhance your writing. Academic writing is about audience and purpose, like any other form of writing. Add to that clarity and research, and your work is improving all the time.